have a look forward of the new brews coming out and see what we're looking forward to. Who wants to kick us off? Pity, you want to kick things off?
I'll have a crack.
Sure.
First one that I'm really looking forward to is Ether Brewing have a barrel program, and they have a sour brown coming out called Oak and Organisms, and I think that one's going to be a cracker.
So it's an old style. I was reading a bit about it. Like the sour browns are very old style, so they're going into something new and different. So that's going to be good to look at.
Keen on that one.
Lovely can art as well, by the way. Like they've gone the black and gold can is very simple. I don't know about the name. Those oats and organisms.
The brown.
If we taste that one last, it's going to be called Oats and Orgasms. I'm telling you.
100%. Yes. Yeah, I did first time.
And that's a whole other podcast.
Read it was orgasms, but let's move on. Speaking of Melbourne reopening. Nomad Brewing have I remember my first check-in, a Go Sour. I quite like that one more for just the name.
Yep.
Another good one, Counterculture with their Earl of Swirl.
Earl of Swirl, yeah.
Yes, berry cream sour. That one looked quite interesting.
That comes out. I think that comes out next week. I'm looking forward to that. The Stonewood Counterculture series are always worth investigating, even if it 100%. Even if it doesn't always taste good. Again, the Reinvigorate one.
Yeah.
It was exactly what it was. It was a beer version of Lucozade. It is what it did. But yeah, all the other ones have been really interesting. And they don't just follow, a lot of these other companies, like they bring out the limited release beers and they just follow the trends and do what's cool at the moment. Whereas like Counterculture, as the name suggests, they just do their own thing. Yeah. Although this one, which probably is more following trends more than the others, but
it is. And the final one is White Rabbit, releasing a sour red, which they say is tart cherry and red wine flavours. So White Rabbit doing something a bit weird is intriguing. So
they used to do quite a bit like different things. Like they've got quite a good setup down there in, I think, Geelong they're based in. Well, they're in the same sort of complex as Little Creatures these days, and they've got their own special types of fermenters where they can do cool and funky stuff, which may be limited to the tap room and not for wider release. But I know a few years ago they did their Teddy Winter. Teddy Winter.
Oh, wow.
was up there. And that was a different kind of beer. I can't remember what that was. It was like Hefeweizen or something like that.
It's good to see something different from White Rabbit.
Yeah.
So
and I quite like them. Yes, they are owned by Lion. They're not independent. Blah blah blah. I still like what they do. Like they do really good dark ale. Really,
their dark ale is out of this world.
Yeah,
it is one of the best.
And you see it on tap everywhere.
Yeah, it's just really good on
brilliant.
Tap.
Yes. Yourself, Warren, what are you looking forward to?
So I've got a couple actually. I've got the Dainton Overdrive.
Yep.
Which is a West Coast IPA.
I love the 80s look on that one. They've got the 80s cyberpunk look on the can.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Dainton, so I'm looking forward to this. I think this would be really a really good drop.
Yep.
The next is the Hope Estate, the Jet Red Triple IPA. I'm apprehensive about this, but I'm excited about it. I love red ales.
They've expanded because they start off with the the F18, the 18% lager, and they're sort of for giggles around the place. Oh, look at this! It's an 18% lager, and they expanded the range. Like they got that one. There's a black IPA that brought it out as well, which is not landing well from what I've seen. It's one thing having a strong ABV in a beer, but it's got to taste good.
Well, and that was the problem I had with the Black Rhino, which was the 18% one.
Yeah.
I really just didn't enjoy it. So I'll give it a crack. I'll try a can. And I'm hoping for the best because some of their other stuff that's coming out of Hope Estate at the moment is just unreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the last one is Bright Brewery down in Victoria is doing a banana split stout.
Ooh, hello.
Intriguing.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to... I don't know, skip quarantine and go down and pick one up.
Last time you were here, you were talking about the banana pastry stout from
Hop Nation.
Nice. I tried that as well, and it is fantastic.
It is
absolutely fantastic.
Beer.
It's super decadent, but that lovely banana flavour. I had the peanut butter version as well.
Not so good.
Not so good. It pales. It's now on the list of peanut butter dark beers. It's like number 3 of 3.
Yeah.
There's another one, Belgian Beaver from I think it's American or Canadian
Yes.
brewery. That's one that people talk about. So I need to look that up. And
That almost came to this episode as well.
don't tell me now. I'm disappointed
yeah,
now.
it was very close.
I love my peanut butter.
Yeah.
I eat it by the spoonful, but that's
So,
a
it
story from another time.
was close. Unfortunately, I went raspberry candy. So,
You chose wrong.
apparently I did. So, anyway,
But that's all for me. What about you, Russ?
So one that has come out this week from Breville, they got a juicy IPA. They
Yes, I've seen that.
continue with their releasing things with pink labels. I
well,
swear.
no, because it's all their IPAs have pink.
Yeah.
It's all IPAs
that's
have the light pink, and then it's only the Strawberry Wishes that has the.
Yeah, so that's come
the
out as
hot
a
pink.
juicy hazy IPA.
Yeah.
Nothing much to say about that. One that's coming out this weekend, and it's coming out after we're recording the Halloween episode, unfortunately, is Sea Legs Brewing teamed up with Netherworld Arcade Bar in
I
the
did
Valley
see,
here in Brisbane.
yes.
Their Red Rum, Double IPA, 9.99%. Get it? You turn upside down, 6166. Yeah. It's brewed with 6 types of malt, 6 types of hops, and 6 wicked additions for the whole 6-6 thing. They add habanero, raspberry, watermelon, mango, beetroot, and jalapeno, and finish off with a fiery Milton Rum Distillery.
Well, that sounds like a pizza with a lot.
Yes, exactly.
If you get a chance, I don't know if you've been, but if you get a chance, go to Netherworld in
Yes.
Fortitude Valley.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
we've been there. It's
amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely
always a good selection of craft beers on
brilliant.
tap.
Yep. And good selection of video games as well.
Yep, good food.
All the retro stuff.
Just a great place.
Yes.
And obviously, actually, it's all vegan food as well, isn't it?
That's the
But
initial menu.
but then
you
you
have
can add on
ask
to
for
it,
the
so
meat.
it's quite clever with that. I mean, I'm not a vegan, but hey.
No, they do it the reverse way, where
good on 'em.
you advertise the vegan and you ask for the meat.
Yep.
I like that.
Another one, again, going with my my Halloween theme. So I had to do it again. Wolf of the Willows are releasing Disco of the Dead,
Oh, I did see that one.
which it's got Della de Mortos imagery on it, Day of the Dead Mexican
Yep.
theme. It's a pink guava atoli sour.
Did
which
you
is,
find out what atoli was?
I know it contains corn maze as part of the grain bill, and then uses guava puree, Madagascar, vanilla, and cinnamon.
Good, because yes, I googled it as well because
Yep.
I saw that beer. Yes, because it's a traditional Day of the Dead beverage that they have in Mexico. It's hot corn and masa.
Delicious.
Yeah,
So
sounded cool.
Melbourne brewery called Tall Boys and Moose. I don't know if they get wide release up here. I don't think
Haven't
it's
heard of
there.
that one.
They got a double Halloween release. They've got one called Goblin Warlord, which is Imperial Cryo IPA, which is Imperial Cryo Amarillo, Chinook, and Mosaic hops, and it's a twin release. So they got also Alvin Prince, which is a Lemon Myrtle IPA. So it's interesting. It's going with the Halloween theme. And the last one I'll just mention is Gage Road Brewers. Again, one of the bigger breweries, but they kind of go a little bit under the radar, but they're good tasty beers. They're releasing the Bay XPA, and you'll know why I'm mentioning this beer in particular, Pity, but we'll get to that. It's a collab in support with Australian Marine Debris Initiative, who help clean up beaches, clean up the ocean. They've picked up something like 16 million pieces of rubbish from the oceans around Australia the last few years.
Good on them.
It is brewed with Citra and Sabro hops.
Oh, it's Sabro.
Sabro!
Sabro.
I love my Sabro.
Sabro and Citra's after the All In, it's a good hop too. So
And part of that also, Gage Road are hosting a number of beach cleanups around Australia. So a bit of environmental posturing there as well.
again, so if we drink the beer, we're donating.
Exactly.
Oh, perfect.
Beer for the good of humanity.
Yes, I like those.
And I think that's all the new breweries we have for this week.
Yep. So I'm guessing it's where's Wazza?
Time now for a live edition
Our
of Where's
first
Was
live edition. Yes.
Was it?
Where have you been?
Hold on to your socks, guys. This week, guys, I was down at Black Ops 2
Yes.
in Bigger Waters.
Yes.
It's one of my favourite venues, so I definitely made the time to go and visit it while I was down that neck of the woods. Look, beer is always great there. You know, we know that. We've spoken about Black Ops quite a bit.
Yeah, we might sound like fanboys of Black Ops. We mention them every week. Same with me with Ballistic as well. But there's a reason for that. Because they just make consistently good beer.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, consistency.
Like, I know I didn't rate the flashbang that we tasted a few weeks ago, but hey, some people love it. Good for them.
Yeah. So while I was down there, I always get a tasting paddle when I'm in.
It'd be rude not to.
I like just trying as much as I can.
Yes.
But some of the beers that I tried were the Neverland and the Doppelbock, which was unbelievable.
yes.
Good beer.
Did you bring some back for Pity? He was asking about that one.
It wasn't in cans.
And that may be where one of the beers...
So next time you go down there, take some Glad Wrap. And I just like get a pot and just wrap it around and bring the glass and everything back. And so
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I probably could have just got a growler, but
growler, squealer.
Yeah, there's that option as well.
One of those, yeah. Might have survived a bit better.
But look, overall, the venue, there's always plenty of parking at the Bigger Waters site. It's got a great atmosphere, good location.
There's a great kid out there as well. It's you know, I was talking about your mates
Yes.
up Sunshine Coast. Similar thing. Yes, it's in an industrial estate. Yes, it's a shed, but they make it look really nice and welcoming.
Yeah. It's you know, they've always got some live music on. They've always got a food truck, so you're never going to go hungry, and they've got good selections.
Yep.
You know, some good food available on tap. On tap.
Food on tap. So they
Wow.
have like
Technically,
so do you get a schooner of hot dogs?
as a colloquialism, I suppose. But the staff are really friendly, knowledgeable. They go the extra mile. So, you know, there was a bad pour that I had in my lot. One of the guys was walking around, spotted it, grabbed it, and went and changed it for me.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's just going the extra mile, making
That's
sure that the level of detail is exactly how they want it to be.
And that's what makes the difference to these places. The people that work at the, you know, especially like the home bases for the breweries, like they're passionate about it. They live and breathe it, and that's what makes them good at what they do.
Yeah, 100%. We've got some takeaways while we're there. Now this isn't craft beer specifically, but they've got a ginger cider, which is unbelievable. It's like a mix of ginger beer and cider.
Yep.
Really tasty. Just get onto it if you.
Do they sell it in cans wide release at all?
Yes.
I don't know about wide release. They
my
definitely had
my wife's just started taking up alcoholic ginger beer.
Oh,
So
I have seen it pop up in a few, like
I want to give that a go for it.
BWS or Liquorland, one of those ones.
Yeah.
So, definitely.
Because going back, it's probably a year and a half ago, we went for my 40th, the Winter Black Ops 1. And
Yes.
one of my main issues with the place is if you didn't drink beer, there wasn't much there for you. Like they didn't have any soft drink. They didn't have. I don't think they had the cider at that time. So it was either beer or room temperature water, and that was pretty much the only options.
Yeah.
Very small venue, hard for them to do all that stuff, and they're just sort of branching out. So it's good that places like that getting more and more sort of options for non-beer drinkers.
And they do have kombucha as well, if that's your thing.
Yep.
So there is some good options, good food. Nice. There's always kids there. It's family friendly, and they've always got some good merch. So I always love stopping in. Overall, I'd rate it 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Just one of my favourite places to go and visit. So
and surprisingly, as I said, I live out in Springfield. I did a quick day trip there one day. I was desperate to get the Caribbean Haze when it came out, so I drove down there, drove back, and it only takes about an hour or so to get there, so it wasn't too bad. I don't think my young baby boy in the back of my car liked the trip too much, but hey.
Hopefully you didn't leave him in the car park for the whole time.
No.
The window was cracked.
But that's all for me for this week, and where's was I?
Well, that's all we have time for on this week's episode of the Pouring Old Man podcast. I've been Russell.
I'm Wazza.
And I'm Anthony.
And we'll catch you next time.